was a calm and golden evening in the valley of Noragoth, a village known for its rolling green hills and thick whispering woods. The sun bled orange through the leaves, birds returned to their nests, and a warm breeze carried the scent of burnt cedar wood, something the villagers always used to signal the end of a peaceful day. Elijah, a tall, muscular man in his early 30s, had gone hunting that evening. He was not just a hunter. He was known as one of the strongest warriors of Noragoth, yet he chose a quiet life with his family, his wife Ava, and their 2 sons, Taran and Jari. That day he wandered deeper into the forest than usual, chasing a wild boar that seemed to mock him with every escape. As Elijah crouched behind a boulder, arrow knocked and eyes steady, a blood-curdling scream tore through the silence. His heart dropped. He knew that voice. It was Eva. He shot up, ears ringing, and then he saw it. Thick black smoke billowing into the orange sky from the direction of his village. "Ava!" he gasped. His neighbor, his friend. More screams followed. Elijah sprinted, the forest blurred as his feet pounded the earth. Twigs snapped, leaves flew, but nothing mattered. Not the pain in his legs, not the blood on his arm from a branch that slashed him. Only one thing mattered: his family. When he arrived, Noragoth was no more. Houses were reduced to ash and timber. Smoke curled into the heavens like cries for help. His farm burned, the cows slaughtered, their bodies left as warnings. Elijah stopped. His chest heaved. Tears welled as he walked, each step heavier than the last. The silence was louder than any scream. The wind didn't blow. Even the birds had fled. His home was barely standing. The door hung by a single hinge. He stepped inside and saw the worst nightmare a man could face. Ava lay motionless, her once radiant eyes forever closed. His sons were next to her, lifeless, their blood seeping into the wooden floor. He staggered forward, knelt down, and lifted Ava and Hari into his arms. His throat tightened. He let out a scream that echoed across the hills. A scream that carried pain, rage, and the death of a man's soul. That night, the rain fell like never before. Thunder groaned as if the gods themselves mourned. Elijah sat in the rain, his back against the shattered remains of his home, staring at the sky. He did not move, not an inch. 3 days later, he buried them on the hill where he first kissed Ava. No words, no priests, just silence. Elijah was no longer the same man. He shaved his head and burned the last of his possessions. All except one thing, a necklace Ava gave him, with a stone from the Valley of Souls. Then came Daro, Elijah's childhood friend and a man known more for his jokes than his sword. "I saw smoke from 20 hills away, thought the gods were cooking something," Darrow said, trying to lighten the moment. Elijah didn't smile. Darrow's face turned serious. "I heard what happened. I'll ride with you. We'll find the bastards who did this." But Elijah only nodded. No words were needed. Elijah and Darrow traveled for weeks. Clues were few, but every burned village, every frightened witness, and every whisper pointed to one name: Kyle Draven, a warlord who believed himself to be the reincarnation of the fire god Malroth. Kale's army left symbols, an eye with a flame in every place they burned, and in every town they razed, they took one thing: the women. In a mountain tavern, Darrow tried to cheer Elijah up. "You ever wonder why goats never die in raids? 'Cause even raiders know their milk tastes like regret." Elijah said nothing, but Darrow smiled. "I'll get you to laugh again, old friend. Maybe after we peel the skin off Kale's bones." In the ancient ruins of Vardok, they were ambushed by Kale's scouts. The fight was brutal. Elijah fought like a man possessed, each strike fueled by grief. Darrow was nearly killed, but Elijah saved him just in time. "You're lucky I don't die pretty," Darrow coughed. They interrogated a dying scout who revealed Kale's next destination, the Sanctuary of Flame, an ancient temple where Kale believed he would gain divine power to rule the kingdoms. The journey to the sanctuary took them through the cursed forest of Nimra, where the trees whispered lies and tried to lure men to madness. Elijah nearly killed Darrow in a hallucination, thinking he was Kale. "I'm not a bloody warlord, Elijah," I'm the only one stupid enough to follow your brooding ass into the forest of nightmares, Darrow yelled. Elijah snapped out of it, and finally he laughed. Just once. They arrived at the sanctuary during a full moon. Kyle was there, robed in flame, performing a ritual to summon Malroth. Elijah roared. Kale's sword was black steel, he was powerful. But Elijah was wrath. Every blow was for Ava, for Taran, for Jari. Darrow took down Kale's priest and disabled the summoning circle. Kale drove his blade through Elijah's arm. Elijah's scream broke Kale's blade and drove his dagger through his chest. Kale laughed as he died. You think this ends with me? The gods have seen you now. They always punish those who burn too brightly, Elijah whispered, then let them come. Elijah and Darrow buried the blade in the ruins. They returned to Noragoth, now silent. Elijah rebuilt his home stone by stone. He adopted 3 orphan children from the burned villages and raised them in honor of his family. And every night he sat on that hill staring at the stars, not for revenge, but